Yeah, we live. Fuck it.
Yo,
Ain't nobody watching just yet.
it's all good. Let the watchers and the viewers shuffle in
You heard?
one by one. Welcome back to the All Things Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Julian. I'm here with my co host, co producer, Small Town EP, as always.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up?
Howdy, cowboy. How
That's
you
funny.
doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Fresh off that little shindig. You know what I mean?
A little some. You got to talk to me about it. This is the first time we see each other all week, and I'm excited to talk to you, man. It's been a minute. It's been a
Nah,
minute. I
hell
want
yeah.
to update on the trip. You know what I'm saying? You got to see Pops. You got to spend the anniversary. Congrats to y'all. I'm saying sounds like you had you a good little time. So, uh,
Nah, it
for the
absolutely was.
listeners,
It absolutely was.
Etwan, Ethaniel, EP, Small Town EP, whatever you call him, he was out in Dallas, Texas. Which I do want to, out in Allen, Texas, there was a tragedy with the mass shooting. With ironically the day you got there,
Yeah.
and thoughts and prayers go out to everybody involved there. That's it's just another instance, right? But that sucks to hear. I'm glad you were obviously okay. You said you were probably about 30 minutes
Yeah, I was
away from that
actually about
area.
30 minutes south. We wanted to go to the Dallas Galleria, and then ironically, my girl actually had spoken about going to that outlet because it's by the office that she actually went to work out of, but we didn't have enough time. So like we just kind of exit out of the plans, and then we started getting notifications, and we were like, "Yo, that's wild."
That's
So,
crazy.
'cause that's the only outlet over there. Women love to let's go hit the
Right. So I go out of town, you try to hit the outlet. Like you're gonna get such a great deal, Can't get that in Florida. Yeah, all
outlet.
right.
Feel
It's just the vibes. But how was the trip, man? You saw AT&T Stadium, you saw the American Airlines Center.
Hell
Seen you
yeah,
did some
man.
things.
Dallas was it's a pretty interesting city. First off, the food delicious, man. I think I didn't stop eating from the moment that I touched down. Like touched down at the airport, had Whataburger at the airport because I needed to kind of soak up the alcohol that was in me from the night
Mm,
before. And
talk about it.
yeah, and went back, got to the telly. Woke up, went to do the anniversary dinner at this nice little spot called Catbird at the top of one of these at the top of the Thompson Hotel in downtown. Some of the
Okay.
best oysters I ever had, a really good steak I had there. Um, I went to this taco spot in Irving, Texas, right across the street from Irving High School, which is bro. They have a they
Yeah, I'd imagine they do
yo
high school different over there in
yo
Texas.
Irving High School. Their name is a video board out front, bro. It's like a whole like video screen. It's wild. But right across the street from that high
Insane.
school, there's a taco spot. Shout out to them. I had to double back on that taco spot the next day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That shit was
Damn, that shit
gas.
was hitting like that.
Shit was hitting like that. Biggest takeaways, of course, AT&T Stadium. Yo, state of the art, bro. Like for it to have been built in 2009, not that that's a long time ago, but like in infrastructure and architecture, it kind of is relatively. And it looks like it was built like 2 years
Way
ago.
ahead of its
Yeah,
time type
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. State of the art stuff. One of the details that they highlighted that I was like, damn, it's kind of fire, is that when you're at the concession stand, at every concession stand at AT&T Stadium, um, you can see like the regular screens that are like right below the little like the menu and stuff, right? And the main complaint for fans at concession stands, they say, is that when I get to the front to ask for the food and pay and everything, like I gotta like tilt my head back so I can see the game because the TV is like right here. My
Yeah,
man, six more screens behind the desk, like in every concession stand. Like
that's
state
crazy.
of the art experience. Definitely a good time. And that whole little area, because you see Choctaw, which is the old Texas Ranger Stadium, the new Texas Ranger Stadium is all right there. Um,
Globe life.
yeah, Globe Life. So
So
really,
real quick with that concession stand, there had to be a budget hearing, and Jerry was like, "I I got an idea." It was just like, "I got an idea." That sounds dope.
they have another cool thing. Actually, I got to send you pictures of this. I haven't sent them out yet, but they have a Cotton Bowl office. They host a Cotton Bowl.
Yep.
So they have helmets of the winner of like the two teams that, and it's like I gotta send you
Play.
pictures, bro.
That's
Yeah, and they
fire.
have like
Nah,
a
you
bunch of
do.
silver helmets that they call the Stairway to Heaven, which is like helmets like kind of
Okay.
scattered and going up to the ceiling. And they have like all the teams that ever won the Cotton Bowl. Bunch of pictures, obviously, like the
That's
suite that we
awesome,
yeah,
bro.
it was a great. They definitely shout out to Maria, that was our tour host. Good peoples, good peoples, good peoples.
Well, if I ever go to Dallas, I'll definitely make it to Texas one day. For business, I'm sure it'll have to just. And not even saying I have a business going right now that will lead me to Texas, but technically, I'm saying I have a business right now that'll lead me to Texas one day. And if I do tour, I would hope that Maria takes care of us as well.
Facts,
Now, I'm
facts.
glad you had a good time though. That's a dope thing. Can you speak to the experience you had as far as maybe seeing pops or
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was good to see him. He's in great spirits. I hadn't seen him since 2019 when he still lived in New York. So definitely a very emotional time, very like thankful time, very appreciative
yeah,
time. Went to In and Out Burger with him. I ain't never been to In and Out, and apparently he ain't
that's
never been to
fire.
In and Out either. So that was cool. Went to we know we did the stadium tour together. We did the JFK Museum together, which was actually
Awesome.
kind of cool too. I'm not gonna lie to you. That it's a very Dallas is an interesting city because I feel like their infrastructure and their like architecture is stuck in like the 1980s and 1990s. It's very outdated. Um,
Okay.
it, I wouldn't live there. I'd go visit. I learned through locals that like downtown Dallas isn't somewhere that people live. It's just somewhere people work. So
Okay.
everything closes like kind of early. I'm not gonna lie to you. Which is kind of interesting. But it was cool. It was a vibe. It was a good first trip. I had a suite at the Hyatt. You know what I'm saying? So I
There
can't
you
complain.
go.
I can't complain.
There you go. Nah, man, I'm glad you had a good time. I'll be down in Florida, bro. I'm gonna be there not this weekend, but next weekend, God willing.
That's exciting.
Super excited to see y'all boys, man. See the family, and you know what I'm saying. Like, get to spend time with everybody again, because, bro, this is. I realize this is the longest time I've been away from Florida in my entire life. Obviously,
Damn.
I was born in Pennsylvania. I moved to Florida when I was 4, but just in a general sense of being an adult and being away from my hometown, and it's only been 7. I was in Florida in December, bro. It's only been 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Or exactly. So it's not the longest time, but it's a pretty long time to have been away, and I noticed it. I definitely miss Florida. I miss the sun. I miss just the little things, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
my place over there and things like that. But I'm definitely still appreciative, grateful, and everything for the opportunity that I have here. So New York has treated me well. One of the things that comes with that is the fact that it's the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Haha.
We're
Talk
in the
about it.
conference semifinals in the NBA. We'll kind of segue into the NBA right there. And I've been in and out of Knicks spaces. One of them particularly, it's the Knicks on one. It's after every Knicks game. My homeboy Sean, go check him out at I Hate Sean on Twitter. He's doing work for the Knicks wall. Um,
Facts.
yeah, I mean, he does these post game spaces where a bunch of fans that they've built, they've built this community, and they talk, they talk their shit after the games, whether they win or lose. They all come together and kumbaya, and it's a good time. And the fact that, like, I don't care. So people get on me, like, there's a joke of, like, you don't even be in the heat spaces, and to be honest, I damn sure don't. Like, that's not the way I really fan. I'm not the type to just want to go hear the general opinion of everybody in the world or everybody in my fans community, because it's like that shit gets annoying, bro. It gets annoying. There's way too much to deal with. I did it for the Hurricanes. I was very huge in invested in Hurricanes Twitter and Hurricanes media and shit like that. But it's tolling, and then you kind of like look at people differently, and like, bro, this is a social media app. What I will say, to like speak on what they're doing, I like the way they do it. And there's obviously the same type of issues that I'm talking about going on in Nick's Twitter or whatever the case. However, the specific space I'm speaking of, and the company that Sean keeps, and Mora and Brill and Jay Nicky and them boys, like, they keep it respectful, they keep it cool. Everybody's kind of getting their thoughts off, be able to kind of, it's like a, like get this off your chest moment for everybody. And the show ranges from fucking 3 to 7 hours, you know what I'm saying? And they're in there strong. So I definitely had to set my piece on that. But speaking of, bro, like I've been in these spaces, and being in New York City, I get to live New York versus Miami in the playoffs. Like this is something I never thought that I'd be able to do. And the last time we were in the playoffs versus this team was kind of in their hay years for their more recent success, but at the same time, it wasn't enough because we had Dwayne Wade and LeBron and Bosh. Like everybody remembers that, but the '90s, we all remember that as well. And not to say I vividly remember it, but obviously through the years being a fan, understanding the team's history and being educated there, it's like this is like physical basketball. This is tough, gritty basketball, and here we are in 2023 going into game 6. I mean, it's Thursday. We record Thursdays. It's May 11th. We're going into game 6 in Miami. It's going to be a nerve-wracking one. It's going to be an anxiety-riddled one, but it's going to be a great one nonetheless, and another great opportunity for Miami to get to the Eastern Conference Finals for back-to-back years. Obviously, the Knicks have a chance to win. They have a chance to win the series, right? Like as far fetched as it might be, them being down 3-1 and coming back and winning, that would be something that only 13 other teams have done. Shout out to RJ Barrett. I heard that stat from him, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'll use it. But yeah, man, it's the stage is most definitely set. You know what I'm saying? The stage is most definitely set. And I kind of want to hear your thoughts because we haven't necessarily spoken about this game or this series.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, and I mean, brother, we're here and we're in the middle of this shit. And I'm walking from 29th Street to 50th Street on 7th Avenue, repping Heat gear and walking through the smoke. And it's been an amazing experience on wins, on losses, seeing the faces of the fans being super sad and then being super elated and excited to feel the taste of victory, right? This is a lot of uncharted territory for them. And I'm just excited, man. And I'm not gonna get into like what I think is gonna happen in the game. Everybody understands Heat in fucking 6. That's my opinion, and I'm not gonna speak on it. I want to hear it from you though, and what you think is gonna happen for the rest of the series.
Well, first off, I'll own up. Shout out to our boy Martin. On the Longer Than a Decade podcast, I definitely gave a Nixon 6 prediction, so that was wrong. I was wrong.
Ha
Um,
ha!
but like you said,
Fool.
man, the stage has been set. And this is uh, it's a series now. It's like what the saying as the saying goes. Like it's a series now. The pressure's on both teams. I feel like, um, and I mean, I'm just like you. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy. I don't wanna give any predictions, anything like that. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the spectacle, man. Hey, question for you: Are you have you heard anything like crazy walking down the street in heat gear yet? Or most people
Yeah,
like,
well, yesterday, definitely after the Heat game last night, I walked straight through like MSG exit, and I'm hearing like, I'm hearing like, take that shit off, man. Take that fucking jersey off, man. Fuck the Heat. And it's like, yo, this is it, bro. Like, this is literally what I wanted to hear. This is
that's
literally what I wanted to
hilarious.
hear. Some dude, um, he was recording with his camera because another thing is go take a camera to the front of Madison Square Garden and become the new biggest Knicks fan uh, on Twitter or wherever. However, this guy had a camera. He's talking his shit, and like I walked by, he tried to use me as the example, like, "Oh yeah, you see that, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever." Like, listen, bro. And here's how I feel: like, if you're gonna talk your shit, talk your shit. Putting me on camera, there's a way to go about it. It's just weird because I'm not really gonna walk up on somebody with a camera like,
Nah, word.
"Yeah, Knicks suck," like I would expect that person to truly be annoyed and maybe want to slap the camera out of my hand. kind of thing.
I have a
So
question.
like,
Are you doing that in front of I call it AAA for life. So are you doing it down here to a Knicks fan?
I don't think so, bro. Like, I mean, I've gone to. So the last time that I went to a Knicks Heat game and we won, I was just telling everybody goodbye, get home safe. It's a 21-hour drive up 95 North. You can make it by tomorrow. If you leave now, you make it by tomorrow. Be safe, drive safe. You know, but like, and don't get me wrong, like, I would most definitely after a series win, like, whip out my camera and kind of just point to the masses on some like, yeah, look at the vibe right now. You know what I'm saying? But like to singularly point someone out with a Knicks jersey and kind of, yo, yeah, Knicks suck. Like that's kind of crazy, you know. And
That's
that's
wild.
where like it gets a little disrespectful, and I would expect somebody to be annoyed of that. So
Nah, for sure.
here's what it is. So no, he kind of did that. I turned around and I was like, I put my Heat shit on, like I put my chest. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. Heat is six, man. You know
No
what the vibes
vibes.
is. Heat is six. He's like, man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, man, he is six, man. He is six. So it was cool. But this dude yesterday at the bar, we talked outside. Him and his boy. His boy had an Allen Houston jersey on. He had a Patrick Ewing jersey on. I had my Butler on. And I'll tell you this, I've been wearing my championship gold Butler jersey every game because I wore my Bam Adebayo jersey one game and we lost in game two. So I was like, I'm going back to what worked. We did lose last night and I had the championship gold. So I'm going to see what I'm doing tomorrow. All black would be nice for the funeral. Chip
Yeah.
gold would be cool because it's my Jimmy jersey. We'll figure that out. But nonetheless, the guy came up to me at the bar after we talked outside. He came up like they were up like 18, and he's like selfie camera. He's like, no, I'm just showing my boy some love. I'm showing my buddy some love. And I was like, I just gave him one of them like snarky ass like, yeah,
Yeah, you got it.
haha, cool,
Uh,
cool guy, whatever. But nah, it's been amazing. So that series, you know how you feel about it. I know how I feel about it. Let's
hey,
talk
quick
about Denver. Oh,
quick
okay, go
update,
ahead.
real quick. Quick update. Boston up 92-84, minute and a half left.
Yo, I totally forgot the game was on.
You're good. You're good. Boston up 8 points. 8 points. Yeah, I
And it's
think.
crazy. Like I have it on the next tab. Literally, Jason Tatum just hit a three. I have it on the next tab. I just
He's heating up out of
obviously we
nowhere.
set up. You know, we getting this podcast thing rolling. So priorities. But Jason Tatum. Let's talk about that first. Let's
Let's
not
do
go
it.
to the
Let's do
West yet. The West is coming up next. Jason Tatum is maybe what two? Is that his second field goal now?
it.
I get that box score on him.
Yeah, we'll pull up that box score in a second.
He's shooting 22% from the field and 33% from three. He's at a +1. He's got 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists.
4 for 19 officially.
4 for 19, and that's a minute and 30 seconds left in the game. We were sitting at say 6 minutes, 5 minutes left in the third, and he had 1 of 10, I think. So in an elimination game, the guy that everybody's been speaking of, who can be overtaken of his throne as best on the team by a Jaylen Brown. Street saying Jason Tatum ain't him right now. And that's such a reach. Like here's my thing. Jason Tatum to me is still the best player on the Celtics. Jaylen Brown is definitely hotter right now, and he performed better in the playoffs this year and last year. Um, so I can't defend Tatum's play in clutch and key situations lately,
Yo,
but
heads
I
up.
can't say he had
Strix is listening to it on his own device. So I hear you say that, and then I hear his like sigh. So that's why I took my headphones off. That's why I took my headphones off for a second, and I was like, "Oh, this thing is listening to this shit right
Absolutely.
now."
Yo, SP, special shout out to SP. He was, if you listen to last week's episode, and I was like, yo, Tiger Celtics fantastic. And he's in the background, who's your team, bro? Who's your team, bro? That was SP back there, man. But I do
Oh,
still think, yeah, Tatum is the best player on that team. he's just going through a really rough patch. And right now, they look like they're gonna have a chance to get back to Boston and put this series away. But
That's
man,
what it looks like. That's what
I
it looks
just
like.
want
A
to
Philly fan
live
told me,
update again.
uh, yeah, 92-84 with a minute left still. That's where I'm at. 54.
Yeah, I
But
got 50 seconds, but Tatum just hit a step back and he missed it. Go ahead, my bad.
nah, you good. Shout out to that boy Tim Diener, in the Plug Talk spaces I be in on Twitter. He lives in Philadelphia. He's a Philadelphia everything fan. He said that if Boston wins
Okay, there
today,
goes the Tatum three.
yep, there it is. He said if
Dagger.
Boston wins today, then Boston wins the series. And
Probably true.
that's a Sixers fan.
No, it's probably true. And it kind of, you look at the Miami Knicks series and being realistic, it's like, bro, Miami has to win game six. You're up 3-1. Oh, he's being ignorant. Shout out to SP. Celtics got a game seven. What is that, Saturday? Game seven on Saturday?
Saturday is what it looks like, yeah.
So, um, fuck, kind of lost my train of thought right there. Oh, I was saying the Heat need to win goddamn game six.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. Because, if you're down 3-1, you win game five, it's like you're still alive. You win game six, and then there's the momentum, and the pendulum swinging. So you want to make sure, especially if that game six is at your house, you take care of that business. Boston won on the road, and now they get to go home for game seven. They got the momentum and they got, home court right now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree with your boy. It's looking like it's claps for Philly. But then again, it really just takes Philly to get real hot and they can win a game. So we're gonna be excited to watch game seven. I got Boston. Who you got?
I got Boston. Yeah, they're the better team. I mean, I think the process continues.
Process continues. It's crazy. Let's talk about the West though, man. We got 3-2, 3-2. The second, I don't know how I was gonna say that. I just screwed that
and
all up.
and I know what you were thinking about.
I
I'm
don't
there with you, bro. I'm there with you.
fair. I'll say the MVP runner-up, Jokic, who's putting on a show game in, game out.
Clinic.
He scored 50. He's put up 30, 17, and 17. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's doing everything he has to do for this Nuggets team to be up 3-2 right now. They got a huge game six. Do you think they can close it out tonight versus Phoenix with the no Chris Paul, no DeAndre Ayton, possibly no Jamal Murray? Did we get the official word on him?
I can pull that up right now. Hold up.
What's that website?
Roto Wire. They got Chris Paul out. They got DeAndre Ayton out.
Jamal Murray's in?
Jamal Murray is in. Apparently, he is active.
Wow. Wow. So, I mean, it looks like the season is clips for the Suns here, man. It's this game is in Phoenix though, correct?
It is in
Yes,
Phoenix,
sir.
which is bold prediction. I'm gonna say it goes to 7. I think that we
You
get
got KD and Book going for
75.
90 to 100 points tonight?
Nah,
75?
75. I think 75. I think
90's crazy. I understand.
yeah, yeah. I think they go for 75 combined, and they get a combined extra like 25 from the bench and from some other starters, maybe closer to 30.
That's the thing, man. Like TJ Warren is gonna have to really, really step up. And are they gonna be able to get that push from their bench, man?
But I think it's like it's like a 1 point game. Like they either lose or they win on like a last second possession.
I just, man, seeing the way Denver moves the ball around, seeing the way that even when they get down, they can hit a few shots, play some defense, get some stops, and get back in the game. Phoenix seems like they have to do that and much more to stay in these games and win them. The game.
Yeah, without Aiton, nah, yeah, because
And what's crazy is
you
like
need those 15 from Aiton.
we got a comment. Shout out to G. Mr. Bloomberg, he said Nikola Jokic is the best center in the game. And man, G, I kind of feel you, boy. I kind of feel you because MVP is fair to give to Joel Embiid, and that's not to say that he's necessarily the best center in the game. I mean, one can argue, but Jokic really is just a complete guy, and he obviously doesn't play as good a defense as Joel Embiid. He's not the rim protector as Joel Embiid is. Um, use his body, how to understand. He understands how to use his physique and uses every inch of the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a person that can't be thrown open. He's like a Patrick Mahomes of basketball in the sense that like
I
he'll
like
make
that.
it work even when it might not look like it's there. And I'm not just gonna go back and forth off of like, oh, how they compare, but you get what I'm trying to say as far as just making shit happen. And Jokic finds a way to do it all the time. And regardless if KD's putting up 40 or Devin Booker's going for 50, Jokic is gonna get his.
No, you're right.
When
Absolutely.
this team wins or loses, Jokic is still gonna get his. It's not like, oh, he didn't show up tonight. He didn't show up tonight. Jokic is not that guy. So uh, he's gonna show up. I think they put him away today. They go travel on the road. It was Suns in four, right? Last time they was screaming at Suns
Yeah,
in
it was.
four.
It was.
Hey man, it's a different team, different season. And we had a question. Shout out to Jalen. I I don't want to say word for word. He said it just like this, but I think it was based around why are the Suns better without Chris Paul?
Yeah,
Is that
that
kind of
was
where it was?
yeah, that's what pretty much where it was right there. Why do you think, June?
Well, Chris Paul is at a point in his career where health is not on his side, and even when he's out there, he's not as able anymore. He's just not as able, and you can see his age catching up with him. Um, I think that that deadly mid range shot that it's just not falling as much as it does, and it's tough when your specialty or whatever you want to call that is not dropping, and you know the game is making you work twice as hard for it. Um, in his circumstances. And to be honest, I don't think that the three of them have gotten to figure that out yet. Like they had it going in the regular season. They played a few mediocre teams in the first few four games or so, and it looked amazing. And KD came back, you know, from the injury just wet as water. But shit, I think it caught up with them that they don't have a lot of experience together. This team hasn't been together forever, and we're seeing that Denver has playoff experience for the last few years and been in big games, been top of the West. Um, KD and Book are just having to overexert themselves, and Chris Paul's not giving them that last punch. Like I think last year and the year before, like that finals year, it was like the Suns were able to hit the three. I mean, Bridges and Cam Johnson and Devin Booker were going nuts, and then CP was just
Yeah.
defense. I don't think that's there anymore. So that's kind of my
Hey,
take on it. I
I,
could be wrong.
I got another question for you. You think that Jamal Murray, obviously, you think it's proven those doubters wrong with this playoff? This, honestly, not even his playoff push, but this season in general. Do you think? Because a lot of people were saying that Bubble Murray was like a thing. It was like a homie was only, and then obviously injuries barred him from showing his capabilities. But do you? There's obviously a lot of doubters out there because of his not being able to produce in the last couple seasons completely. What's your take on that?
Injuries have definitely caused a lot for Jamal Murray as far as doubt, as far as capability in certain circumstances. But I think the fact remains that in big moments, Jamal Murray does not fade away. He actually rises to the occasion. Um, he has played his best basketball against the best of them, and that's undeniable. The bubble, I wouldn't go so far to say it was a fluke. We actually had this conversation in the space earlier. Sean with the W was saying like, bubble Murray basically, and I get his point. Like Murray went nuts in the bubble,
Yeah.
and he was just kind of alluding to the fact that being in a gym, not having all the fans probably helped that. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'm not here to dispute our argument from earlier or our conversation from earlier because I didn't even have a chance to rebuttal him. We were trying to move the conversation, but man, we saw what Jamal Murray did in game one in this series. He dropped like 18, 17 in the fourth quarter alone. And I don't see how you can doubt his skill. I don't think Jamal Murray's gonna go and give you 27 a game. Like he doesn't need to do that. He can come in, give you a solid 22 a game with 6 assists and 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds. And to me, that should be good enough. Especially with the talent surrounding him. And he's also at any given moment because he's a scorer. That's one thing. He
Facts.
can shoot the ball and he can get to the paint and finish. So and he's 3 level. He can get the mid range off too. So a crafty guard who got a shot and hustles and plays defense, I'll take it all day. And I know that wasn't the question, but and pause, fuck. But as far as has he proved, I think I think he has, man. I think he has proved the doubters wrong. If you're not fucking with Jamal Murray, I don't know, because to me
Hating.
he's a basketball player.
Facts. Hey, let's move on to
Fuck with his game.
the other series in the West. Golden State and the retirement. Let me stop. And the Los Angeles Lakers. Hey, my question to you. I don't really care about predictions. I know this is another series that was at 3-1. They won game 5. How long is this pool party gonna last in Golden State? That's what I want to know.
Man,
You think the pool party's coming to an end?
well, it is about all right. This is where I think it is. This is where I think it is. It's like a summer day in Florida, right? Let's paint the picture. South Florida, August night. You know those August nights, man. Hot, mosquitoes out. You know you smell some barbecue somewhere coming from somewhere. Grass is green. The sun's going down, man. Like this is the time where right? Nobody's like really DJing anymore. They're just letting whatever song play. But there's either that turning point of like somebody just does something where it's like, yo, let's get this party. Let's like, hold
We
on,
gotta
man. We
go. We
ain't
gotta
done here. Like,
go.
no, no. Like on the flip
Oh,
side, they're
okay,
like,
okay,
yo,
okay.
let's keep this going, man. What y'all about to do something? Like, let's stay.
Mm.
All right. But there's also like once you see that person picking up trash and shit, like, all right, let me start just getting ready, getting out. You start getting out the water, letting your shit dry off, air dry for a little bit before you soak the towel. And that's where I'm at with Jordan Poole and the Warriors because to make all that make sense, I think if they do come back and beat this Lakers team in 7 games, which is very possible at this point. I
It
don't think it
is.
happens.
I
I
don't
do
think
I
you
do think
doubt.
the Lakers, I know you don't care about predictions. I do think the Lakers finish the series tomorrow. But for this point and question, if they are able to muster a comeback with the help of Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson going off, Steph Curry the gang, but they get through the like if this team goes back to the finals, you might have to figure a way out to keep the pool party going. Because clearly there's enough. If you're able to
There's
beat this
something
Lakers
there.
team, come back 3-1, and then able to beat a Suns or a Nuggets team with this roster, I think you have to consider staying for a few more hours at the pool party. Like Bad Bunny might have just came on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that next song, after people already started picking up the trash, might have just been the one to go home. Like, oh yeah,
Mm,
this party's over. So I think it's more likely party finishes,
okay.
but I do see a scenario where they keep Jordan Poole.
I mean, it seems to me, this is just me. I know you mentioned Clay Thompson going off. I think outside of game one and game two, he's been kind of MIA, no pun intended.
Who's that, Clay?
Yeah, this series. I mean, he had 10 points last night, and that's granted they got the dub, but it's just not indicative of what playoff Clay, typically
Has been.
displays. Yeah, absolutely. So I think
Is he
that's
a
a little
has been?
scary. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I think
I'm just asking. I'm not. I'm just
he's
asking.
definitely not.
I'm
I was
just
gonna
asking.
I was gonna say as you were saying, you got the Lakers finishing the series out. This is another one where I don't know because I don't want to count out the Splash Bros, but this Lakers run is impressive and it's scary. And people talk about if AD's healthy. Well, I mean, granted, he got wheeled off because of a head injury last night, but he's playing. He's playing healthy. He's
That
playing
Shaq
healthy.
video was crazy, bro. Shaq and Chuck be wildin', man. Oh man,
So
he
people
is
talk
though.
about what if and look at if you know what I mean. Just so this is another. I think that the Heat Knicks and Lakers Golden State are the most exciting series right now for sure.
The crazy thing about it is that they both are the 3-1 series, the ones that went 3-1, and they're kind of shaping out to be like, oh shit. And I think this Boston. I mean, we got a game seven. You know what I mean? Boston Philly game seven.
Absolutely.
You can never ask for more of a
We
game
got
seven
the league
series.
MVP in a game seven. Don't forget that part.
Trying to go to his first conference finals. There's a big
Mm-hmm.
story here. Boston's
Mm-hmm.
trying to go to back-to-back, three in the last 4 years, like Miami, and face them in a trilogy. Well, like Miami, barring we get the win.
Facts.
But this podcast will be out. This is another thing. So this podcast will be out by the time that Miami Heat game is over. It's going to be out by the time the Lakers game is over. So yes, congratulations, Le King, for making it to the Western Conference Finals again, and congratulations to the whole organization from top to bottom and all the way in the middle. The Miami Heat going to their third conference finals in 4 years. I'm saying it now. I don't know what minute mark we're at right now, but
I'll let you know. We are
I'm
at
a
37-16.
I was going to say 33. We are standing on that. We are standing on that. Your Heat will face the Boston Celtics in the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals for a rematch of the 2022 Eastern Conference Finals. Turn me up, gang.
Let's
Feel me?
go.
So, listen, if you're a Knicks fan listening to this, shout out to you. I know there are some, and I appreciate you. And this is nothing for you to take personal. It's just business, in the words of many gangsters and mafia affiliated members. Um, Yo, question: do you watch Power or Ghost? Did you watch Ghost?
I'm not. I have. Are you like all the way up to date, or are you watching old episodes?
So I got one episode that till I'm caught up with Ghost.
Okay, so
I've
not
been
chill.
catching up
Oh
this
wait.
week.
Oh, Ghost. Yes, but not Pow. Not like the Tyreek spinoff.
The, that's what I'm talking about. So
Okay, so I'm
so
not up to date yet.
Power is the James St. Patrick, you know what I'm saying,
Yes,
Ghost and shit. Ghost is Tariq shit.
I'm
Where
not.
are
Yeah,
you in Tariq shit?
last season. I haven't even started this season yet. I'm not gonna lie.
So like you have a new season to watch? The third season?
If I'm not mistaken,
Like
isn't there? Didn't
just
a
this
new?
new season?
Yeah, just this new season
That's
that
what I'm
just
saying, this
started.
new season.
Yeah.
So like Lauren's situation
Yes.
with Effie
Yeah, and she sent
and
her.
Braden.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So this season I caught up probably within the last week and a half. It's been good, dog.
Nah, for
And
sure.
they be introduced. Yo, pal, shout out to 50 Cent, man. They be cast calling, man. Them boys be knowing, man. Shout Bashandria, aka what's her name on Instagram? The real light skin Keisha. Yeah, shout out to Bashandria. Shout out to Effie. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to I forgot her name. Kiki. They got a new one.
Kiki.
Kiki.
Oh, I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up. I'm behind on that. I'm behind on Succession right now. I'm behind on a couple things.
I gotta start Succession, fam. I gotta watch The Wire, man. I gotta finish The Wire. I haven't been able to get in the groove and season 4 has me in a rut. However,
Yeah, that's the school system one. That one's a little slow.
the last time I started watching, I was like, okay, I'm back in it. I'm back in it. Then I just kind of fell. So I don't even remember the storyline right now of what Carcetti's still really trying to get. It's really the mayor shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
little school shit there. But I'm trying to get through that, man. I want to finish. I also don't want to finish because it's like, damn, then I'll never be able to watch The Wire for the first time again. So I'm kind of cherishing that as
that's
well.
real. That's real.
But I would like to finish that. Catch up to that Ghost when you can. It'd be cool to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
these.
about the NFL?
Yeah, I was
Are
gonna say these NFL schedules are out.
yeah, I'm excited, bro. Like
Woo.
ever since the NFL draft and finally knowing where the direction of my franchise is heading after 5 years of, I can't say misery. We've made the playoffs. We've gotten within a game of the playoffs. Then we had last season, which was one of the worst seasons I've watched as a Colts fan.
Woo.
Definitely like top two. Like the year we got luck because we went like 1-15 and had Curtis Painter at quarterback was
I
bad. That was
remember
like
that.
2011 or Jim Sorgi. Curtis Painter or Jim Sorgi, one of them. I think it was Jim Sorgi, but no, I think it was Curtis Painter. And that year that Andrew Luck got hurt in the offseason and they said he'd miss the preseason, and then preseason finished and they said he'd miss the first few games, and then after that happens, they're just like, yeah, he's out for the season. This is a franchise quarterback we're talking about. What the fuck's going on? Um, it was a very, very stressful time that year as well. This season, though, man, if I didn't move to New York City during this NFL season, I I, I would have lost my mind, bro. Because there were weeks I didn't have to stay home on Sunday and watch football, and I couldn't I couldn't stand Colts football because Matt Ryan was just so bad. Our offensive line was just so bad. Our listen, it was just we were getting embarrassed. Our special teams was so bad. Like we knew there was no chance, but it all worked out. We got Anthony Richardson from University of Florida with the 4th pick of the NFL draft, and he's here in Indy now. Shane Steichen, head coach from the. He's our new head coach, formerly offensive coordinator with the Eagles. Coached Jalen Hurts and developed him. Before that, he was in Los Angeles coaching Justin Herbert, developing him. Our quarterbacks coach is from Arizona. Cam Turner was coaching Kyler Murray. It's an exciting thing, to bring this group of people around. Jim Bob Cooter. Let's take a look at that name real quick. Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim
You
Bob
know where he was
Cooter.
coaching? Jacksonville. You know who's quarterback over there? Trevor Lawrence. We got some guys in that locker room and in that facility and in that front office who have been around quarterbacks.
Facts.
The good ones, the young ones, the
Facts.
ones that are doing it right now, right? Not, oh, this guy coached Peyton Manning back in 97, right? Like, no, he literally helped develop Justin Herbert and then went on to Philly, started calling plays in Philly, took that team to a Super Bowl and put up 400 yards or 500 yards of total offense. That's my head coach now. That's, I'm excited. So let's talk about the schedules. I don't know if you want to start in Kansas City. I don't know if you have anywhere else you wanted to go with it, but
um, I was gonna say we could look at maybe some key week one matchups,
let's
or
go.
just like things that are fun, and then maybe we can go into respective schedules for each of
Well,
our
you
teams.
guys got week one. I mean, they're gonna put you guys off against the Lions in week one for the kickoff, man. That's kind of exciting.
It is. It is in
Detroit
Kansas
at
City.
Kansas City. Yeah. You guys
I'm
will
gonna
get your
forever
Super
call
Bowl
it
rings and
Arrowhead.
all that.
Facts, 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 facts. I'm also intrigued with the last game of week one, the Monday night game on September 11th.
Yeah.
Buffalo at the Jets.
Yep.
We
And
get Josh Allen and that man versus that man. so
look, it's gonna be emotional. 9/11 in New York.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? New Jersey, in New York, and that's always a big thing. Football season always starts around 9/11. Um,
Yeah.
the Jets have so much optimism right now in that organization, and rightfully so. I mean, they got their captain at quarterback. They got one of the best talents on defense. They've got a young wide receiver core that looks promising. Their running backs coming back, and a winnable division starts in week one. Though this is the thing about week one. You were talking about you guys, the Chiefs, don't have a divisional game till week six.
Yep.
This is
Week
right out the
6.
gate. And the Colts also play Jacksonville at home week one. Those week one, week two divisional games, man. It's like you don't have any film on this team, right? Anthony Richardson is our quarterback. You could look at all the film from our offense last year. We don't have the same coach, offense coordinator, uh, quarterback. Like it's going to be a whole new system. You might as well go watch Philadelphia Eagles film if you're going to try to game plan against Indy for week one.
Facts. For real.
So
For real.
but this is a divisional game. You know what I mean? And Jacksonville, to our advantage, we got their quarterback coach or their old offensive coordinator Jim Balcooter over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's intriguing to see early divisional matchups and how teams prepare for each other, just based on history, based on personnel, and what they think they'll see and looks they think they'll get. But you really don't know, and to have to play your divisional opponent week one it's tough. Bryce Young is going to debut at Atlanta September 10th, so that's going
Facts.
to be a winnable game, right? A winnable game for a young rookie quarterback who's not facing a scary defense. So I'm going to be excited if Bryce Young goes and throws for over 250 yards on Atlanta in his fucking debut,
In the
two
dome,
touchdowns or
like it's
so.
easy. In the
You
dome,
know what
like
I'm
it's
saying?
easy.
I like the
I
fact that my fault.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
good. No, I was gonna say I'm also intrigued at that Sunday night matchup, another divisional game with the Cowboys and the Giants. In again in New York, we'll get to see the Brian Dayball scheme again. See what see what they worked on in the off season. And again, we'll see what they who they call America's teams and see how they start off. These are very interesting and very honestly pivotal early week one
Yeah,
divisional
that's what I'm
games.
saying. These divisional games here. One of the ones I'm looking at is not America's team, but they should be since they wear the colors. The New England Patriots over there. They host the Eagles week one at 425 in Gillette. They gave the Eagles a nice break. Like, all right, you know what? You had to play the champions last. Come here, you can play the Patriots. This is a team that you lost to in the Super Bowl. Take all your anger out on Tom Brady. Because guess what? They're going to honor Tom Brady in the
Oh,
home opener
really?
against the team that beat them in Super Bowl 52. Now,
This is Tom Brady's doing.
listen, I don't know why he would want to do this on a day that on a versus a team that they're probably not going to beat. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be a nice pregame thing, but this game could get ugly pretty quickly. Mac Jones is still the quarterback over there, and we saw what that defense in Philly did. They lost some guys and re-upped in the draft, and Jalen Carter, boy, I tell you,
Boy, I tell
boy,
you.
I tell you, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Kobe Dean, Nolan Smith. You got a whole Georgia D line right there.
Hey, and then the week after in Gillette, week 2, they get to host Tua and them boys. So these are week 1, week 2 for New England looks interesting.
Yeah, they're saying the Chiefs and the Patriots got some of the toughest schedules this year. You had a comment about that. What was the
Oh yeah, that the fact that we were just talking about divisional games. We don't, and you mentioned it too. I don't play a divisional game until week 6, and then that's 3 straight divisional games. I got to go overseas, then play the defending champions again, and then Las Vegas, Green Bay.
wait. Play the
I
defending
mean,
champion.
I'm sorry, not the defending champions,
Put
the
some
runners
respect
up
on your fucking
on
team.
my fucking team, the runners up that we played last year. Um, it's and the thing about those early divisional games, like you were saying, it helps your team set the tone for what the season is. I'm not saying that teams are
Yeah.
going to play a little more lackadaisical when they're uh, not playing a divisional game. But yeah, I mean, in layman's terms, you're paying a couple out of conference like we talk about in college basketball games, and it's the first 5 weeks of the season. You're kind of, I don't want to say playing that don't matter because all 17 games or all 17 games matter at the end of the day. Um, but it's a little hard to set the tone within the organization when you don't see a divisional opponent until week 6 and then play them twice in those next following the following 3 weeks. So that's it's gonna be interesting, man.
Sure Liz, show Liz, show Liz. Um, we get our first Black Friday game, and it's going to be here in MetLife. Dolphins Jets, November 24th, and they're making it a prime time game. I want to say it's a 7:30 game, might be an 8 o'clock start, but yeah,
Prime
we get that.
time.
That's exciting. I mean, you think Black Friday? I don't typically do too much on Black Friday,
Nah,
day
it's an
after
afternoon
Thanksgiving.
game too, which is nice.
Oh, it's an afternoon. Great,
It's
great,
it's
great. So
it's a 3 o'clock game.
that means you wake up from Thanksgiving festivities, eat a little leftover, and the game should start in 5 minutes. that's, that's what that sounds like.
Yo, I want to go to LA. I was thinking about this the other day. I want to go to LA. Uh, LA being Los Angeles, of course, because football starts at 10 a.m. on the West Coast.
Yeah, I would definitely fuck with waking up to football or waking up early to pregame for football.
What's the source of
Like
football?
I'd wake up at fucking 7 o'clock so I could watch game day, and like just kind of because Sunday. It's listen. All right, as good
Oh
as
yeah.
Sunday. Let me see if you agree with me. And just be honest. As good as Sunday football is, you got a whole slate of games, 1 o'clock games. You got, and especially in the beginning of the season, everybody's playing. There's no bye weeks. You got about
Yeah.
12, 11, 12, 1 o'clock games. You got about five or six, 4 or 5, 6, 4 o'clock games. And you got your Sunday night prime time. And you even get a Monday night game.
Oh
But
man.
there's nothing better than Sunday morning leading up to fucking Sunday football. Like I
Easy
get a
as
rush.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, I get a rush out of like hearing ESPN NFL Sunday Countdown on the TV. Like, oh, we about to play this team today. Oh, we got to play this team today. And looking at all the matchups, they're doing all the look around, live look ins around the league. And like, it's just a thrill that I get, bro. And I'm like, yo, I can't wait for this whole day of football all day because, bro, I feel like right when the 1 o'clock games start, it's already third quarter, and it's like, damn, yo, it's 3:30 right now. We about to, damn. That
Feel
means back
me?
in the day, it was like, damn, school about to, it's 5 o'clock on a school day, like. Damn, man, something about to go down, or like just in general,
Hell
Sunday's about
yeah.
to come to an end. Monday's coming up, but it's just like, yo, Sunday morning, man, especially when it's brisk out, open the windows, eat a nice breakfast, talk some shit. Man, I love Sunday mornings and I cannot wait until football season. I can't wait till OTAs and training camp starts, dog. Like I have this itch. It's only May, but it's already May at the same time. You know what I'm
Hell
saying? Like
yeah.
we damn near in June, and by the fucking next thought I have, it'll be cold outside again after being hot all summer. So
That's
I
typically
guess
how
we
it
got to take
goes.
advantage of our time.
That's
Like
typically how it goes.
best revenge games of 2023. Colts get a matchup versus the. This is what I was going to say earlier. Colts get a matchup versus the Panthers. So we're going to see Anthony
Ah,
Richardson versus Bryce Young, and also the Colts playing against their former head coach Frank Reich.
that's gonna
Shout
be
to
dope.
Coach Reich. And also, I don't. What week is this? Week 4. Detroit Lions going back to Lambeau to play the Packers. So obviously no Aaron Rodgers. It has nothing to do with him. But last year the Packers team had a chance to make the playoffs had they beat the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football at home, and they folded themselves out of a chance at the playoffs. So that's going to be interesting to watch
New
Monday
Year's
night week
Eve.
4.
New Year's Eve.
There you go.
The
Well, we got
saga.
Bengals,
The saga continues.
Bengals, Chiefs.
The saga continues. in
It's gonna be
Kansas
good, bro.
City.
That's what, week 17.
Yes, sir. Week
So
17.
think about it, man. Week 17, it's going to be as the season's ending. You guys are probably going to be in a position where, the playoffs are looking good and things are looking right, and you should be ahead in the division. It's what I'll assume at this point. Nobody thought that at this time last year that the Chiefs would win their division, right? We
Not
had
even
the
me.
quarterbacks over there. We had Russell Wilson, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. But listen, the Chiefs right now are in the driver's seat of the AFC. And Cincinnati was so close, and maybe even a penalty away
A
from the Super
penalty.
Bowl.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
even a penalty away from the Super Bowl. Um, they have your number typically, man, and they played you guys good. They came back and made it a game. I I don't want to call a prediction right now. Like I'm not doing that. We don't even know who's healthy. But what's crazy is what I was going to say is that week 17 is typically a time where things are already shaped out, and I'm sure they will be, but to the point where AFC home field advantage might be on the line right here. Yes, sir. Turn it up. Turn it up all the way up. Cancel your plans on New Year's Eve. I ain't doing fireworks. Don't fucking call me at midnight. We watching Chiefs Bengals, mama.
It
No.
is.
We watching Chiefs Bengals, man. I want to go to the Colts home opener September 10th versus the Jaguars, man. That'd be a cool fucking thing. The new electricity in the building be there. Anthony Richardson. It'll be the start of, a new direction for this franchise. And as a Colts fan that's never been to a Colts game, what a way to start, I gotta
Hell
look
yeah.
into my options over there. It's Jacksonville, they shouldn't be taxing for the it's Indy. They shouldn't be taxing for the plane ride. you know,
Oh man.
just a young dude trying to watch Jacksonville and Indy in
That's it. That's
Indianapolis.
it. Can I just get on real quick, bro?
That's what I'm trying to do. Anything else on this schedule here? Any other key matchups or anything?
Ah, I mean, nah, not that I'm sure that
Yeah.
there are. I'm sure that there are. We're just not seeing them yet.
Oh, there are.
There definitely are.
The Lions. Hmm. So the Cowboys are hosting the Commanders on Thanksgiving. The Lions are hosting, I want to say, the Packers. Yep, hosting the Packers. And
Nice,
then the late game is going to be San Francisco at Seattle. So that'll be a good Week
nice.
12 divisional matchup that I'm sure have some playoff implications.
I'm sure that these schedules were made, way more in advance than we got them. That they released them.
Yeah,
But I wonder if they were like, I wonder if the Aaron Rodgers trade would have gone through earlier if we would have got a Jets Packers game this year. We're probably gonna get
I
one
feel
next
that.
year. We're probably
I
gonna get
feel
one
that.
next year.
I feel it. Yeah, definitely next year. Definitely next year. I like Christmas Day, man. What's up? What's that?
Oh, I was gonna say, what do you think in Lamb? No, you gotta do it in Lambeau. You can't do it in New York. You gotta do it in Lambeau.
Gotta go back to Lambeau.
Yeah, facts, facts.
Gotta go back. How do you feel they'll receive him? I think it'll be a lot of mixed emotions.
For sure, for sure.
A lot of mixed emotions. The fact that he picked the Jets too, it's not like the Packers and the Jets really have anything, but the fact that Brett Favre went over there after he left them, like
Facts.
this is the kind of the team to hate. But
Oh
Christmas
man.
Day, man, 1 o'clock, Kansas City hosting the Raiders. It's
Oh,
gonna be a
I
good
didn't
one,
see
Week
that one. That's gonna
16,
be great.
and you can watch it on Nickelodeon. No, nah, for real. We're gonna see who the MVP is. CBS and Nickelodeon getting that one. Fox gets Philadelphia hosting the Giants. So last year on Thanksgiving, it was the Giants and the Eagles, right?
Yep.
And this year we got Giants Eagles on Christmas. And at nighttime, we got Lamar Jackson going on the road versus a great defense in San Francisco and either Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, or whoever is at quarterback. Is Sam Darnold over there? I think he's in that quarterback locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sam Darnold's over there in San Francisco. Uh, Lamar got his money, and I don't think he has to ask Santa Claus for much this year.
except for a dub, maybe.
Might have to ask for that. They ain't just giving that out.
I'm also excited for Week 4. Chiefs at Jets. That's gonna be interesting. Just to be able to play Aaron in New York in his first season.
Yeah, I mean, you get Patty versus Aaron. That's a good time anytime, right?
It's a good time anytime.
It's like Modelo time. Let's kind of transition here, man. We got some playoff hockey going on. We obviously know, man, at this time of the year, shit is going hot. Shit is going hot. And before we get into hockey, I'm going to give you guys a live update on the Denver Nuggets Phoenix Suns game. We have a score of 40-26, 30 seconds left in the first. Nuggets are up. And it doesn't look promising for the home team Phoenix Suns being
It
down
does not.
14 early. I mean, hey, it's a long game. I'll say that. It's a long game. But if we look at the box score real quick, Jokic already got 14, 7 of 9 shooting, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Like that's first quarter. We're talking about the first quarter, 14, 5 and 4.
Yep.
And then Caldwell Pope, 6 of 7, 2 of 3 from three, 15 points. So some quick starts over there. And Cameron Artis Payne leading the team over there in Phoenix with 10 points. KD is 0 for 4 with 2 points. And Devin Booker's 2 for 7 with 5. So if they're going to continue to shoot like that, this game will be over within the hour. No, I'm just being annoying. I'm being annoying. All right. Let me stop talking shit. Let's talk this playoff hockey, man. We got some good games. We got the Kraken versus the Stars.
That's
It's a
live.
2-2 series. Game 5, live right now, end of the first. Dallas Stars are up 2-0. And that Dallas team that we've been talking about in these playoffs, man, they've been playing good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They've
sir.
been playing good. But guess
That
who?
first round looked a little shaky, but they tightened up. They made it pass, and they're trying to go up 3-2 right now. Trying to go up
And
3-2.
they're trying to go up 3-2 on a hot Seattle Kraken team.
Ooh, bro,
One of the hottest teams in
it's
the
one of my
league.
favorite teams to watch because they're quick. They do everything with a lot of speed. They
A lot of pace.
skate,
Yeah.
yeah, skate up and down the ice, north south, north south. Um, yo, shout out to the Hurricanes. I'm just
I think your connection is frozen. I hear you. I think
okay.
we're good as far as audio, but your camera did freeze.
I
So
got you. I'm
if you get
working
that
on it.
checked out. Yeah. Shout out to Carolina. Go ahead.
Definitely shout out to Carolina.
Gentlemen
They
sweep.
will be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Gentlemen sweep, awaiting the winner of the Toronto Maple Leafs and our Florida Panthers right now.
What do you think here, man? They went up 3-0. They lose game 4. It's 3-1. You think Maple Leaves are capable of coming back from 3-0?
Capable. I mean, we're professional. We're speaking.
No, let's be honest. I mean, 0-3. Let's be real.
Taking into consideration Toronto's history of bad luck in the playoffs, I think it's grits.
Bad luck or bad play?
Bad play, bad luck, bad
A
preparation.
little bit of
What's
everything.
what's the term? Poor
Yeah.
preparation.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance,
There you go.
but doesn't sound like they're preparing properly to prevent performing poorly. Man, I think we're going to see the fucking Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that's what we're going to see.
Okay. In the Eastern Conference Finals, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Sounds crazy.
I remember the last time I went to a Panthers game was game 3 of the first round against Boston, and I'm not gonna lie, I left the building not on great spirits, not on great spirits at
You
all.
weren't sold. Weren't sold about this team here. I don't think anybody was, if we could be fair, right? The fact that they came back down from fucking 3-1, 3-1 against the best team in NHL history almost,
Facts.
and then go up 3-0. You come back and win 3 straight games, and then win your first 3 straight games. You had to lose that seventh game, of
Come on,
course.
man.
Of course. Much like Miami, we went up 3-1 on the Bucks, one, one game one. Of course, we got to win game or lose game two. But we win game three, game four, lose game five. Sounds like a trend, right? Let's go,
Yeah, it
baby. Heat and
does.
six. Heat and six, baby. So, um, Oilers, Golden Knights tied at 2-2. Game five is tomorrow. Man, this is where you want to see the best player in NHL play like the best player in the NHL and take matters into his own hands. I was going to say Mick own hands. Connor McDavid over there. He's got to do something crazy. He's got to do something crazy. I think we lost EP by the way, but looks like we're getting him back here. Um, in the meantime, I'll kind of just make my own conversation. I don't hear you. If so, we're on a live stream on YouTube as well. So we give the audio version. Thank you for listening. If you're on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcast, and we also have the live stream on YouTube. EP is back in the room. I don't hear him. I don't know that I have audio from him. Looks like he hears me. Um, so I'm gonna kind of ramble. If we can get him back, we get him back. If not, this is also close to being a good time to end the show. I know we had some closing thoughts, but we'll give E a chance to figure out that. We'll give E a chance to figure out that audio on his end. If not, we're gonna have to hang up on you, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. The crazy thing is that you're the one who has all the control over the live stream. I'm just here. Uh, yeah, man. I think this might be a good time to close the show. Uh, I don't have any audio from E. I don't hear him. We tried. We gave it a run. If you're listening now, thank you. Follow us on Instagram at ATS Pod Official. You can follow us on Twitter at ATS Pod. Shout out Small Town, 3 Up, 3 Down. Shout out EP, my co-producer, co-host. I'm Julian. Man, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, by the time we talk again, uh, we got Eastern Conference Finals, Miami Heat talk. Because Lord knows, last year, Game 7, Eastern Conference Finals, it was a bad day for me personally. It was a bad day for me. So let's hope we can right this ship. Thank you for listening. We out.